We ready? This is the Board of Equalization County of Madera's meeting, October the 6th. It is now 10:06 a.m. and I call the meeting to order. My name is Betty Gonzalez. And the first thing we call to order is the Pledge of Allegiance. Can you all please stand? Ready? Salute.
Allegiance to the flag of the United
States, the Republic, one nation.
visible.
Okay, we're moving on to number 3, the public comments. Seeing that there is no public persons here other than the assessor's office, we'll go ahead and move on to the next matter, which will be to go over the consent calendar. And we want to have a motion if we could approve the minutes and consent calendar.
I'd like to find out about before that I have a question about the consent calendar. Can you explain exactly the approval for that? You came to an agreement?
Oh, for the Tesla?
Yes, the 5A.
Actually, I think that's the next, we'll do that separately. I think all the consent calendar now is to approve the minutes from July.
Okay. I thought that was on it. Never mind.
It's not on the consent calendar.
So we have do we have a motion?
I move that we approve the consent calendar.
Do we have a second?
I wasn't here, so I have to sit.
Just second. I
All right,
second.
I'll second it then. Okay.
Okay, all in order to say yes to this consent calendar, agree to it. Everybody says yes,
Yes.
Yes.
and all opposed no. Okey doke. Moving on to the number 5, stipulation of value, assessed value. We have 5A, 8159, consideration of approval of the stipulation of assessed value for Tesla Energy Operations, Inc., 21R007, for a total assessed value of $1,600,000. We have any comments on that?
Just, can you explain a little bit about that, how it came about?
Good morning, board members. Troy Cooper for the assessor's office. This was assessed to Tesla Energy Operation, Inc. The assessment was for solar panels on mostly residential properties that Tesla purchased from another company. Once there's a transfer of solar system, they would be assessed for the solar system that was first exempt to the original owner. We assessed it at a 20-year life, but through discussions with the representative from Tesla, it was discovered that the system is 10 years old, and considerations was made by the assessors to reduce it to $1.6 million from $1,910,800 of the original assessment is reduced to $1.6 million.
Is that considering depreciation of the system that you were?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's reduced in the power that's generated, and that's mostly
Yeah.
where the value would be from the solar system.
But you originally based it at 1,910,800, thinking it was a new system. And so it's 10 years old, so you're saying it's slightly lower, it's
Yes.
1,600,000.
That's correct,
Yeah.
yes.
Was that discussed with them, with the Tesla company?
Yes, we have multiple discussions via email and with the assessors with our telephone conference.
And they have agreed to it, that's correct, isn't it?
Yes, they have signed a stipulation.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So we have a motion for the stipulation?
I move that we approve the stipulation of item number 8159. Best value for Tesla Energy Operations, Inc., 21R007 for $1,600,000.
A
Do
second.
we have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Nay. Okay, so it is approved. Moving on to the next item is number 6, non-hearing matters for discussion and direction. 9045, discussion and consideration to appoint the chair and the chair pro team of the assessed appeal boards for the 2023 calendar year.
So just to give you an update, I still have not heard from Beth Carver what her preference is, so I can only assume that she prefers to remain an alternate. Betty, her request was she's open to whatever the board chooses. However, she would prefer to be a primary and remain chair pro tem. Robert Rowe said he would like to remain a primary, but is also open. Pete Najjar wishes to remain primary member and also board chair. And then John Minnie is open for any nomination.
Well, I would be open to being a, interim again. That sounds like, we've got the 3 primary members that have said they want to basically continue.
And so it's up to the 3 of you to decide based on that information.
Okay.
Well, I would move that that's the way we do it. The 3 current primary members, isn't that correct? Would remain the current primary members.
Okay, so we have first and second to remain as it is for the 2022 year.
2023.
Yeah, but will remain for the same members of the 2022 year. Moving on to the 2023 year will be remaining the same.
So to make the record absolutely clear, our primary members will be Betty Gonzalez, Pete Najjar, and Robert Rowe. Okay.
And who would be the pro chair?
Again, that's up to y'all to decide.
So we need to discuss
Is Pete
who's
the
the
current chairman?
He
I
is.
wanted to stay.
Did he say he wanted to remain as chairman?
That was his request.
Yes, I think that's fine, unless you wanted to be chairman.
No, I'm good with Pete being chair. So we're gonna go ahead and be clear with that, with Pete being the chairman, Pete Najjar, Betty Gonzalez being the pro chair, and the primary will be Robert Rowe, and alternate will be John Minnie and Beth Carver. We have a motion to accept that?
Who will be pro tem?
Pro
Betty.
tem?
Betty's going to be pro tem.
Basically just stays the same, isn't that it? Yeah,
Yes.
do it again.
Just want to make absolutely
Yes.
sure
Yeah.
that I note it correctly. Thank you.
Do it again.
Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, moving on to 6B, 9044, discussion and consideration of approval for the proposed 2023 Assessed Appeal Board Member Meetings Calendar. So let's discuss that.
Is it remaining the first Thursday of the month?
The calendar this year is in duplication of last year, where we'll have scheduled a meeting for every first Thursday of the month, excluding December. However, we can also cancel them contingent on our appeals and hearings.
The workload we have.
So the next regular scheduled meeting for 2023 will be January 5, 2023.
How does the assessors feel about that? How are we doing with?
You know, so far we don't have a whole lot of appeals filed for next year. But I think leaving the options open for now is a good idea.
'Cause we can always revisit the calendar once we know after the deadline of November 30th for the stipulation or the open filings. Then we'll have a better idea of what our calendar may look like next year.
Hey,
Yeah, since we're the people that voted the calendar in, we have the authority to change the calendar.
Exactly.
I mean, so it's not,
okay,
it's final unless we change it.
okay, so our next meeting will be.
And I also just wanted to make another comment. Looking particularly like at this agenda, this is extremely small compared to the historical agendas we've had.
Well,
If that's
so
what it is.
John, this is the final 2021 appeal
Well,
for the calendar year. So
I'm still saying,
yeah.
I've been on the board for roughly 25 years.
Yeah.
Bob and I were the original guys put on the board. And usually there's like 30 different cases on this thing. Got one.
Well, we don't know what tomorrow holds, like the beginning of the year, we may have a whole slew of them coming in. So
But based on the information we have now, I'm just saying, it's really come down.
right, it is, but you have to remember also, we're at the end of the year already. We've already passed all of those other files. All right. Anything else that we need to talk?
Can I get a motion to approve the calendar, please?
I move that we approve the calendar as proposed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we will be meeting, the next meeting will be on January the 5th of 2023.
If you don't mind.
So, yeah, there's one more thing I got to jump in here. So currently, we canceled the meeting for December. I want to request that we cancel the meeting for November as well. It is currently still on our calendar. We have no business to resolve this year, remainder of this year.
Move that we meetings for November and just.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so no meeting for November or December of this year? Any other staff reports or anything else that we need to discuss?
Just wanted, as Sarah said, this stipulation concludes total assessment appeals we received for the 2022 fiscal year. So going into next year, when the new supervisor or new assessor, Mr. Frazier, takes over, we're not leaving him with anything he's going to inherit.
Good, so it's approved.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just wanted to thank
Who's the assessor at this moment?
I am currently
Oh, okay.
till January. So as the acting assessor, wanted to thank the board for your service this year. And glad we could get through it all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty smooth, I think.
okay, we call this meeting adjourned and it's over, so we're done.